Hi, this is Dr. Mastrian. If you're feeling like your voice gets tired or tight after you use it, there are a couple of things to consider, and basically they're the same as for any physical activity: how you're doing that activity and for how long you are doing that activity. And we often underestimate the amount of time we spend talking. In terms of how you're using your voice, you want to think about how expensive that vocal use is. So if you're talking in a way that is free and easy and flowing, then you'll be able to do it for a longer time. But if you are kind of pushing the sound out, or if you're really kind of grinding to make the sound come out, then either of those are going to be more expensive vocal use. In terms of how long you're using your voice, the general rule is 50 minutes of vocal use, 10 minutes of rest. Similarly to other forms of physical exercise, you do need downtime. I mean, can you imagine just continuously clapping your hands together for an hour? You're going to feel tired and sore, and your vocal folds are doing that hundreds of times per second. So plan in breaks, even if they're short, and hydrate. Just as you might stretch or roll to warm up or cool down, we want to do the same with our vocal folds. So we do not at the extremes of range or forcefulness. We want to do a series of gliding or sliding. So for example, a sort of gentle hum, feeling very buzzy here, and feeling the air go out of the nose, never feeling pressure underneath the chin, your tongue pressing down. If you were to put your thumb there, you might feel vibration, but you don't want to feel pressure down. You want to feel like as if you have a shelf here, and that hum could just go up and over right past it, just flow right past it. Air and then sound, like a moving walkway at the airport. You know, the walkway is going and you just step onto it. You also can do sirens, like pretend somebody looks amazing and you go, woo, woo, or make a kind of ghosty noise like woo. That allows you to gently stretch your vocal folds. We have to consider if air is flowing consistently from the beginning through the end of a phrase. And I just didn't totally do that with the word phrase, right? It sort of goes into what we call vocal fry, and that is really prevalent. And you can do vocal fry if you have the air flowing, but often it's accomplished by sort of squeezing at the ends of the phrase. Our brain and our intentions are also significant. So, for example, I can imagine my sound kind of going down and back, or I'm sort of like thinking or kind of like holding it into myself. If there's any uncertainty or fear, the air kind of holds and the sound sort of feels like it's stuck here. I also can imagine the sound bouncing off my hard palate, the roof of my mouth. And I also can imagine that sound very sort of forward, as if it's on either side of my nose. And we tried different things because different things work for different people, and not everyone's body is exactly the same. But you can play around with those options as well. So consider the length of time that you're speaking, as well as any loud places or large spaces, which is less of an issue now that everything is online for the most part. But sometimes people are straining to be heard over difficult connections, and that can be tiring as well. Things that are ingrained take a while to shift. It takes time to affect change. It takes time to relearn a different pattern, to increase awareness and to break habits and to come up with a new path, a new way of doing things. And I can offer information, but implementation and integration take time and individualized attention to work into your particular situation, and for you to have a chance to really embody those changes.